My brother's oncologist didn't exist. The hospital had no record of him. For 9 months, I watched my wife carry a lie. The call comes on a Tuesday, mid-morning, between second and third period. I'm grading essays on To Kill a Mockingbird, irony I won't appreciate until later when my phone buzzes. Connor's name, my younger brother, 34 years old, supposedly dying. Supposedly. "Hey man," I say, tucking the phone under my ear. "How are you feeling?" "Better today." His voice sounds strong, too strong. But I've learned not to comment on that. "Cancer is unpredictable," the doctor said. "Good days and bad days." "Listen, I need you to call Dr. Harrison's office. Schedule my next follow-up. I've been forgetting, and Amanda keeps nagging me about it." Amanda, my wife, mother of Connor's child. That's supposed to sound noble, sacrificial, a surrogacy born of compassion. "Sure," I tell him. "What's the number?" He rattles it off. I write it on the margin of a student's essay. Area code 61 Boston Medical Center, same as always. I call during lunch. "Boston Medical Center, Oncology Department, how may I direct your call?" "Dr. Harrison's office, please." Pause. Keyboard clicking. "I'm sorry, we don't have a Dr. Harrison in oncology." My sandwich sits untouched. "Richard Harrison? He's been treating my brother for leukemia." More clicking, longer this time. "Sir, I'm showing no physician by that name in our system. Not in oncology, not in any department." The cafeteria noise fades. 23 teachers eating lunch. I hear none of them. "Can you check again? My brother has been seeing him for over a year." "Sir, I've checked our entire directory. There's no Dr. Richard Harrison affiliated with Boston Medical Center. Perhaps you have the wrong hospital?" I haven't eaten in 4 hours, but my stomach wants to empty anyway. If you've ever ignored a red flag because you wanted to believe the best in someone, you're not alone, and you're not naive. You're human. I thank the receptionist, hang up, sit there holding my phone like it might explain itself. Then I do what I should have done a year ago. I open my filing cabinet at home during planning period. I keep it at school because Amanda organizes our house files, and pull out Connor's medical folder. It's thick: diagnosis letter, treatment plan, insurance claims, prescription records. I've kept everything. Good older brother, responsible, prepared for the worst. The letterhead catches my eye first. Boston Medical Center, their logo. Except it's slightly off. The cross and the medical symbol, too thick. The font, not quite right. I've seen their real letterhead. My father had hip surgery there 2 years ago. This isn't it. I photograph the document, upload it to my laptop, right-click, Properties. File creation date, August 14th, 2 years ago. Connor's diagnosis date, according to the letter itself, August 17th, 2 years ago. 3 days. Connor created his terminal diagnosis on a Thursday afternoon, announced it to family on Sunday dinner, practiced his dying act for 3 days. My hands are shaking. I make a list. Methodical. Teacher brain taking over because feeling brain might explode. Dr. Richard Harrison doesn't exist. Hospital letterhead? Fake. Medical license number on diagnosis? I Google it. Belongs to a retired cardiologist in Oregon. The document is a forgery. Not even a good one. Free template website. Probably found it in 10 minutes. I call the real hospital, ask for the oncology department records clerk. I need to verify treatment records for Connor Davis. Date of birth, March 12th. Social security number. I read it from his insurance forms. Typing, waiting, my heart doing something arrhythmic. "Sir, we have no patient records for Connor Davis. He's never been treated at this facility." I drive home at 2:47 p.m., leave school early, tell the principal it's a family emergency. It is, just not the kind anyone expects. Amanda's car isn't in the driveway. She works at Mercy Hospital. Ironically, she's a real nurse, and her shift doesn't end until 6. I spread everything across the dining room table. Fake diagnosis, fake treatment plan, fake prescriptions. These I haven't verified yet, but I will. My laptop open. Files arranged chronologically. I'm building a case. That's what this is. A case against my wife, against my brother, against a year and a half of my life. Connor's gym membership card falls out of a drawer when I'm looking for more documents. I almost miss it. Thin plastic, Gold's Gym. Member since 2019, auto-renewed. The statement is in the file every month, including every month he was supposedly in chemotherapy. Chemotherapy. The word has been in my mouth for 18 months. I've said it to colleagues, to friends, to my mother. Connor's in chemo. Connor has a good prognosis. Connor is responding well to treatment. All lies. And I was the messenger. I log into Connor's email. I know his password. He told me once in case something happened. In case he died and someone needed to close accounts, notify people. He gave me that trust, that access. Joke's on him. I search. Marathon. 47 results. I click the most recent 6 months ago. City Marathon registration confirmation. Bib number 2847. He ran it during his 4th month of chemotherapy. I find the race results online. Official photos, there he is. Mile 18, grinning, healthy, alive, not dying. Sub 4-hour finish, 3 hours, 52 minutes. The race bib is pinned to his shirt in the photo. 4 holes. Careful placement, pride. He saved it. I find it in his apartment later. I have a key, emergency purposes, tucked in a frame. Not the finisher medal. The bib. Proof he ran 26.2 miles while pretending to die. Not proof of survival. Proof of deception. That's when Amanda comes home. I hear her car, the garage door, her keys in the bowl by the entrance. She's humming, something light. She sounds happy. She stops humming when she sees the table. Photos, documents. Laptop screen frozen on Connor's marathon finish photo. The evidence spread out like an accusation, which it is. She doesn't ask what I'm doing. Normal wife would ask. Honey, what's all this? What's wrong? Why are you home early? Amanda says, how much do you know? That's guilt, not curiosity. Guilt. I don't look at her. I keep my eyes on the bib photo. Enough. Ethan, Dr. Harrison doesn't exist. Silence. Long enough to hear the refrigerator hum, the neighbor's dog bark 3 houses down. Ethan, let me explain. The hospital has no record of Connor, not one appointment, not one prescription, nothing. It's complicated. I look at her now, my wife, Amanda, 36 years old, brown hair she wears in a ponytail for work, scrubs still on, pediatric unit. She takes care of children, real sick children. He ran a marathon, I say, 10 days after his 2nd round of chemo, except there was no chemo. Her face does something, crumbles and hardens at the same time. We didn't plan for it to... Plan for what? To fall in love? The words taste acid. Is that what you're going to say? You didn't plan to fall in love? She sits across from me, where she sat for 5 years of marriage, where we've eaten 1,000 meals, made plans, talked about futures. We didn't plan to fall in love, she says. There it is. Fall in love. Not, it was a mistake. Not, it meant nothing. Love. Lucas, I say, the baby's name, 6 months old, sleeping upstairs right now. He's Connor's. Yes. You weren't a surrogate? No. You had an affair? Yes. Each answer is a bullet, clean entry, devastating exit. The dying wish, the terminal diagnosis, I can't finish. My throat closes. Amanda reaches for my hand. I pull back like she's contagious. Connor wanted a child, she says. Don't. My voice comes out wrong. Too quiet, dangerous quiet. Don't tell me what you wanted. Tell me if he was ever sick. 3 seconds, I count them. 1, 2, 3. No. The house settles around that word. Floorboards creaking, pipes ticking, the baby monitor crackling with Lucas's breathing. No, I repeat. He was never sick. No. I stand, walk to the window, see my reflection. 38 years old, high school English teacher, married, cuckolded, father to no one. I held him, I say to the glass. At the hospital, when Lucas was born, 3 minutes, then Connor asked to hold him, said, while I still can. And I handed him over, because I thought, I stop. Can't say what I thought. Amanda doesn't fill the silence. I turn around. Get out. Ethan, get out of my house. I live here. Not anymore. She stands. We're 10 feet apart. Might as well be continents. Lucas is asleep, she says. Take him. Something crosses her face. Fear. She's realizing I mean it. All of it. We need to talk about this, she tries. We will, with lawyers. I walk past her, up the stairs, to our bedroom, start pulling her clothes from the closet. Armfuls, not folding, not careful, just removing. She follows. You can't just watch me. 20 minutes later, she's gone. Baby Lucas strapped in his car seat, Amanda's overnight bag in the trunk. She's crying. I don't care, can't afford to care. She pulls out of the driveway. I watch from the window, her taillights disappearing down Maple Street. Then I sit on the floor, back against the bed, and I let myself feel it. The year and a half, the compassion, the support, the medical appointments I attended as family, the insurance paperwork I helped file, the meals I cooked, the hope I carried, the baby I celebrated, all of it, every moment. Built on a lie so fundamental, so comprehensive, that I can't find a single true thing to hold on to. My phone buzzes. Connor. Amanda just called, says you know. Can we talk? I type back, did you enjoy the marathon? 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. Connor. Ethan, please. I block his number. Then I sit there, on the floor, in the house that's too quiet now. And I start making a new list. Not evidence this time. Questions. When did it start? Before the diagnosis or after? Was I ever not a fool? Does Connor know I know everything? What happens to Lucas? That last one. That's the one that keeps circling. Lucas, 6 months old, brown eyes like Connor, smile like Amanda, laughs when you make funny faces, grabs your finger with surprising strength. I've changed his diapers, warmed his bottles, walked the floor at 3 a.m. when he couldn't sleep, sung him bad versions of Beatles songs. I've been his uncle, the good uncle, the present one. But Connor wants to be his father, has always been his father, biologically, actually. And I'm the man who gave permission for his own betrayal, the man who signed the agreement, the man who believed a lie because he loved the liars. Outside, the sun sets. Tuesday becomes Tuesday night. I don't turn on the lights, don't eat dinner, don't grade the essays still in my bag. I sit in the dark, and I begin to understand. This isn't over. This is just starting. I need to go back to show you how this happened, how a man volunteers to raise another man's child, how trust becomes weaponized. 18 months ago, Sunday dinner, my mother's house, pot roast, mashed potatoes, the meal she makes when she wants everyone together, family time, quality time. Connor arrives late. He's always late, 34 and still operating on his own schedule. Graphic designer, freelance, makes his own hours, which means no hours, but he's talented, really talented. Does work for nonprofits, small businesses. He's good with people, charming, always has been. He sits down, looks around the table. Mom, me, Amanda. Dad's chair empty. He died 3 years ago, heart attack sudden, and we still set a place. Habit, grief. I need to tell you something, Connor says. Mom's fork stops halfway to her mouth. That tone, you know that tone. It's never good news. I went to the doctor last week, he continues. Been feeling tired, really tired, and bruising easy. Thought maybe I was working too hard, not sleeping enough. Amanda reaches across the table, takes his hand. I watch her do it. Comfort, support, sister-in-law solidarity. Now I know. It was staging. They ran tests, Connor says. Blood work, bone marrow biopsy. He pulls out a paper, folded, white, official looking. Acute myeloid leukemia, stage 3. Mom makes a sound. Small, wounded animal. I take the paper, read it. Boston Medical Center, letterhead, Dr. Richard Harrison, MD, oncology. The words swim. Abnormal blast cells. Chemotherapy recommended. Prognosis guarded. Terminal? I ask. The word comes out steady. Teacher voice. Calm in crisis. Connor's eyes get wet. They're saying 18 months, maybe 2 years with treatment. Amanda squeezes his hand. Tears on her face. Real tears. I see them. I believe them. My wife is a better actress than I ever imagined. We'll fight this, Mom says. You'll fight this. You're young. You're strong. Connor nods, wipes his eyes, reaches into his bag, canvas messenger bag, he always carries it, and pulls out a journal. Leather-bound, expensive looking, maybe $40 at a bookstore, the kind you buy to look thoughtful. I started a bucket list, he says, opens it, shows us. One page has writing, just one. In the middle of this thick journal, 100 blank pages, one filled page. Have a child, leave something behind. That's all it says. Mom puts her hand over her mouth. Amanda's crying harder now. I sit there holding that journal, leather warm from Connor's bag. Slight smell, new book smell mixed with his cologne. The page has no creases. Fresh, like he wrote it this morning. He wrote it this morning. I always wanted to be a father, Connor says, but I kept waiting for the right time, the right person, and now there's no time. You'll beat this, I tell him. You'll have time. He looks at me, my younger brother. Brown eyes like mine, same nose, same jawline. We look alike. People have always said so. I won't, he says. I can feel it. I'm dying, Ethan. And I believe him. Because why wouldn't I? Who fakes cancer? Who looks their family in the eye and performs terminal illness? Connor Davis. That's who. We spend the rest of dinner talking about treatment options, clinical trials, second opinions, Hope dressed up as planning. Mom writes everything down, organizer, planner, her way of controlling the uncontrollable. Amanda stays quiet, mostly, supportive, present. When we're leaving, she hugs Connor. Long hug, 30 seconds at least. I time it later when I'm replaying this moment. 30 seconds is too long for a sister-in-law hug. It's exactly right for a lover's hug. In the car, Amanda says, we should help him. We will, I tell her, whatever he needs. She's quiet for 3 blocks. Then, really help him with the bucket list. I glance over. She's looking straight ahead, streetlights catching her profile. What are you suggesting? He wants a child. Amanda. I could carry his baby, surrogate, so he could meet his son or daughter before... She doesn't finish. I pull into our driveway, turn off the engine, sit there. That's a huge ask, I say carefully. He's your brother. He's dying. Dying. That word. It's been in the car with us the whole ride. Passenger we can't drop off. Let me think about it. She nods. We go inside. Don't talk about it the rest of the night, but I do think about it. For 3 days, I think about nothing else. Wednesday evening, Connor comes over, says he wants to talk. Amanda's working late, night shift, just us. We sit in the living room. Beer for me, water for him. Can't drink anymore, he says. Medication. Medication he's not taking for an illness he doesn't have. Amanda told me she offered, Connor says, to be a surrogate. She mentioned it. I can't ask that of her. It's too much. He says this 3 times over the next hour. Too much. Can't ask. Time is running out. Each time his voice gets weaker. His shoulders slump more. The performance of a dying man's humility. I watch him, my brother, lying so completely that I almost admire the commitment. If Amanda's willing, I finally say, I won't stand in the way. His face does something, relief, gratitude, And underneath, just for a second, triumph. You mean it? You want to leave something behind. A child. That's... I search for the word. That's understandable. If this gives you peace, then yes. Connor hugs me, stands up, crosses the room, wraps his arms around me, his cologne again, same brand as Dad used to wear. Old Spice. Classic. Thank you, he says into my shoulder. Thank you, brother. I hug him back, pat his back, feel his breathing. Steady, healthy, not labored, not sick. All the signs were there. I just didn't want to see them. The proposal becomes official 2 weeks later. Fertility clinic. Dr. Sarah Chen, she's professional, kind, explains the process. IVF, Connor's sperm, Amanda's eggs. Wait, I say, not Amanda's eggs, donor eggs, right? This is surrogacy. Amanda and Connor look at each other, half-second glance. Using my eggs makes it simpler medically, Amanda says. Lower cost, higher success rate, and Connor's genes get passed on, which is what matters. Dr. Chen nods. It's actually quite common in familial surrogacy arrangements. Familial. That word makes it sound normal, acceptable. You'd be the biological mother, I say to Amanda, biologically, but not actually. You'd be the father. You'll raise him or her. You'll be the real father. Real father. Those words. I hold on to them. Just biology, Amanda says, touches my hand. That's all it is. Biology, the only true part of that sentence. We sign papers, not legal papers. Dr. Chen refers us to a lawyer, but we never go. Too expensive, Connor says. Too formal. We're family, he says. We trust each other. Amanda types up an agreement on our laptop. Simple language. Connor Davis provides genetic material. Amanda Davis carries pregnancy to term. Ethan Davis assumes all parental rights and responsibilities upon birth. Connor Davis maintains uncle role. Uncle role. I sign it. My handwriting, my signature, my name, my permission to be betrayed. Here's the question I couldn't answer then. If someone lies to get your permission, does your yes still count? Comment, permission matters if intent matters. Comment, fraud is fraud. If the lie cancels everything, I want to know what you think. Amanda gets pregnant on the second attempt. 8 weeks later, we see the heartbeat. Ultrasound room, dark except for the screen. Gray and white static. Then there, flutter, fast, strong. Perfect, Dr. Chen says. Everything looks perfect. Connor's in the room. I insisted. Dying man should see this, should know his child is growing, healthy, real. He stares at that screen like it's the only thing in the world. Hand over his mouth, tears streaming. I thought, terminal grief, knowing you won't be here. Truth, overwhelming love, knowing you will. The ultrasound photo prints, Amanda takes it, slips it in her purse. Later, months later after everything explodes, I find it in Connor's apartment. Same photo. Coffee ring stain in the corner from his kitchen table. On the back, Amanda's handwriting, blue ink. She only uses blue for personal letters. Our little miracle. I love you both. A-R, both. Not I am thinking of you. Not baby's healthy. Our, both. The affair language was there, in blue ink, on the back of our baby's first picture. First trimester is textbook. Amanda has morning sickness. I make her ginger tea, saltines. Wake up with her at 5 a.m. when she's nauseous. Hold her hair when she vomits. Connor's always around. Stops by, brings soup. How's she feeling? Like he cares. Like he's the concerned brother-in-law. He is the concerned father. Every OB appointment, he's there. Moral support, he says. I think it's sweet. Dying man wanting to be involved. The nurse, Rachel, young, kind, comments at the 12-week appointment. It's wonderful seeing such family support. Dad must be excited. She's looking at Connor when she says it. Not me. Connor. I laugh it off. Uncle Connor here is very invested. But Rachel's eyes linger on Connor, on how he's looking at the ultrasound screen, at Amanda. She knows. Nurses know. They see real and fake. They know what love looks like. She saw it on Connor's face, not mine. Amanda starts wearing Connor's old college hoodie, gray, University of Vermont, faded logo. It's comfortable, she says when I ask. Oversized, good for the bump. She wears it constantly, to bed, around the house, grocery shopping, building a life with him I couldn't see. Second trimester brings energy back. Amanda glows. That's the word everyone uses. Glowing. She is happy, excited, growing Connor's baby, growing their family. We paint the nursery. Connor chooses the color. Sage green, he says, gender neutral, calming. I buy the crib, online, assembly required, 3 hours with an Allen wrench and unclear instructions. Connor helps, we work together, brothers, building furniture for a child we think will share. Uncle and father roles divided clearly, except there are no clear roles, just lies painted sage green. Amanda makes lists, baby names. She shows me. What do you think of Lucas? Lucas, I repeat. I like it. Lucas Connor Davis, she says, writes it down, circles it, Connor's name in the middle, where it matters. I don't notice. Don't question. It seems respectful. Honoring the biological connection, the dying man's legacy. That's what I keep thinking. We're creating a legacy. We are, just not mine. Third trimester slows everything down. Amanda's uncomfortable, swollen ankles, back pain, trouble sleeping. I do what I can. Foot rubs, pillow arrangements. 3 a.m. ice cream runs. Connor does more. He's there. Constantly. Morning coffee delivered, lunch breaks coordinated, evening check-ins. I'm teaching, grading, coaching, debate team, working. Connor's freelance, flexible, available. He's building something I can't compete with. Presence, time, intimacy. And I'm grateful. I thank him. Tell him he's a good brother. That this means everything. That I hope he lives to see Lucas grow up. He says, me too. What he means. I will. Childbirth class, 8 weeks before due date. Community center, LeMays, breathing techniques, labor positions. We sit on mats. Amanda between Connor and me. The instructor, middle-aged woman, kind eyes, seen everything, walks around. Corrects positions, demonstrates breathing. She stops at us, looks at the configuration. Amanda, Connor on her left, me on her right. Dad, you'll want to be on her dominant side, she says to Connor. Most women grip harder with their strong hand during contractions. Oh, I'm not. Connor starts. He's the uncle, I explain. I'm Dad. The instructor's face does something. Polite correction, but her eyes, they stay on Connor, on how his hand rests on Amanda's shoulder, on how Amanda leans toward him. She knows too. Everyone knows except me. Amanda goes into labor at Connor's apartment, not our house. His apartment, studio in downtown, above the coffee shop, 17-minute drive from us. She's there, helping him organize medical paperwork. That's what she told me. 11 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm home. Grading. Always grading. Connor calls me at 11:47 a.m. Her water broke. We're heading to the hospital. I'm bringing her. I meet them there. Mercy Hospital, 4th floor, labor and delivery, room 408. Amanda's already in a gown, in bed, Connor beside her, holding her hand. I walk in. She looks up, smiles. Hey, sorry, it happened fast. How far apart are contractions? 5 minutes. Connor answers. Not Amanda. Connor. The next 12 hours are a blur. Labor. Hard labor. Amanda's in pain. Epidural helps. Wears off. More pain. Connor and I take turns. Ice chips, cool cloth, hand holding, except Amanda only wants Connor's hand. When contractions hit, when pushing starts, when it's too much. She reaches for Connor. I'm in the room. Present, supportive, unnecessary. Lucas Connor Davis is born at 11:52 p.m. Saturday into Sunday. 7 pounds, 4 ounces, healthy, perfect, screaming. The nurse cleans him, wraps him, hands him to Amanda first. Standard, mother first. Then Amanda looks at Connor. Do you want to hold him? Not me. Connor. While I still can, Connor says, voice breaking, tears everywhere on his face. I step back, give them the moment. Dying man holding his nephew, his legacy, his final gift. Except Connor whispers something to Lucas. I don't hear it clearly. Room's noisy, nurses, equipment, Amanda crying. But later, months later, I replay this. Enhanced audio. Phone recording I didn't know I was making. Pocket recording. Background noise reduced. Connor whispers, I'll always be with you. Not Uncle Connor loves you, not be good for your dad. I'll always be with you. Father language, promise language. He meant custody. I hold Lucas third, after Amanda, after Connor. I hold him for maybe 3 minutes, tiny, warm, perfect. He has Connor's eyes, already, brown, dark, serious. I look down at this baby, this stranger who shares no DNA with me, and I feel everything, nothing, confused love, obligation disguised as joy. Hey buddy, I say, welcome to the world. Lucas doesn't respond. 6 minutes old. He doesn't know yet, doesn't know he's the product of lies, the center of a betrayal, the reason 3 adults will destroy each other. Connor asks to hold him again. I hand him over. Of course I do. That night, Amanda sleeps in Connor's hospital room chair, visitor chair, vinyl, uncomfortable. She chooses it over the bed, over recovery, over me. I don't want him to be alone, she says. I stay home, alone, in the house we painted, the crib we built, the life we faked. The next morning, I bring balloons, flowers. It's a boy mylar, blue roses. I'm performing too. Proud father, happy family. Connor's still there, hasn't left, sitting beside Amanda's bed, holding Lucas. They look like a family. Mother, father, son. I take a picture, capture it, frame it even. It sits on our mantle for 6 months. Perfect family photo, wrong family, right photo. Before we leave the hospital, Connor gives me an envelope, white, his handwriting on front. For Lucas, open on his 18th birthday. Last letter, Connor explains. In case I'm not here, tell him about me. Tell him he was wanted. The seal is perfect. He licked it, envelope glue mixed with saliva, tasted lies on his tongue. I take it, put it in the diaper bag, bring it home, file it, safe place. Dying man's last words to his nephew, his son, his plan. Amanda and Lucas come home 3 days later. I've prepared, nursery perfect, supplies stocked, meals prepped, ready, capable, present. Connor visits daily, morning, afternoon, evening, just checking in, making memories, while I can. He holds Lucas more than I do, feeds him more, changes him more, sings to him, real songs. Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, Connor's favorites. Lucas settles in his arms, cries in mine. Biology doesn't lie, even 6-week-old biology. Amanda watches, says nothing. She's tired. Recovery, postpartum, hormones, explanations for everything, except the truth. One night, Lucas is 2 months old. I wake up at 3 a.m. Amanda's side of the bed is empty. I hear voices downstairs. Go to investigate. Living room, lights off. Just lamp glow. Amanda's on the couch. Connor's there. They're sitting close. Lucas between them, sleeping. They're talking, low voices, intimate. Connor's hand is on Amanda's knee. I watch from the hallway. Hidden, shadow. Amanda leans her head on Connor's shoulder. Says something I can't hear. Connor kisses her hair. Not brotherly, long, tender. I don't confront them. Don't turn on lights. Don't rage. I go back to bed, lie there, stare at ceiling. And I know, somewhere deep, under the trust, under the belief, under the compassion, I know something is wrong. But I bury it. Because the alternative is too terrible. The alternative is this. I'm not the father, not the husband, not even the brother. I'm the fool who volunteered for all of it. 6 months pass like this. Connor getting sicker, Amanda exhausted, Lucas growing, me teaching, grading, existing in a life that isn't mine. Then the phone call. Tuesday morning, mid-period. Connor asking me to schedule with Dr. Harrison, and the whole thing unravels. Every moment I just showed you, every kind moment, every supportive gesture, every compassionate choice recontextualizes. They weren't building a legacy, they were building a life together, without me, using me, and I let them. Smiled through it, signed papers for it, held babies, and took photos and played the part. The part of the good man, the supportive brother, the understanding husband, the perfect mark. If you've ever been gaslit, manipulated, or told you're too sensitive when you trusted your gut, type, I believe you. Because I needed to hear that. And maybe you do too. I hire a lawyer Wednesday morning. Emma Thompson, 48, family law specialist. Her office smells like coffee and old books. She listens to everything, takes notes, doesn't interrupt. When I finish, she sits back, studies me. You have fraud, she says, paternity fraud, emotional manipulation, potentially criminal fraud with the medical documents. Pause. But here's the problem. You gave written consent. Consent based on lies. Fraud vitiates consent. That's the legal principle. A contract signed under false pretenses is voidable. She taps her pen. Yellow legal pad covered in her handwriting. But we'll need to prove the deception was intentional, systematic, that they planned this. I open my laptop, show her everything. The evidence wall I've built over 3 days. Connor's fake medical records, the metadata, the gym membership, marathon photos, text messages recovered by the forensic specialist I hired cost me $800 worth every penny. Connor to Amanda, 4 months into pregnancy. Can't wait until we don't have to pretend anymore. This is harder than I thought. Amanda to Connor, 7 months. Ethan's being so supportive, it makes me sick. Not because he's doing anything wrong, because we're doing everything wrong. Connor to Amanda, 2 weeks before birth. Once Lucas bonds with me, we'll ask E to step back. You said he always agrees to everything. We'll use that. Emma reads. Her expression doesn't change. Lawyer face. Professional, but her jaw tightens. They documented their own conspiracy, she says. She stops, starts again. That's unusual. Most affairs try to hide. They were planning a future. They still are. Connor texted yesterday, says he's filing for full custody. Emma looks up. Of Lucas? Says he's the biological father. I have no legal rights. That I should do the right thing and step aside. The audacity. She writes something, underlines it twice. Okay, here's what we do. File for declaratory judgment on the surrogacy agreement. Argue it's void due to fraud. Simultaneously file for custody. You've acted as parent for 6 months. That counts. And we press charges for the medical fraud. Make it criminal. I don't want revenge. This isn't revenge. This is consequences. She meets my eyes. They weaponized your compassion. They forged medical documents. They committed fraud. And they did it knowing, planning to take that baby and cut you out. Then she asked the question I've been avoiding. Do you want custody of Lucas? The room goes quiet. Distant traffic, office building sounds, my own breathing. I don't know. I say, honest, raw. I love him, I think, or I love the idea of him. But every time I look at him, I see Connor, see the lie. How do I separate those? That's something you'll need to figure out. Emma closes her folder. But for now, we fight for the option. Don't let them take the choice from you. Again. I confront Connor on Thursday. Neutral ground, public park, morning, joggers, dog walkers, witnesses everywhere. He's waiting on a bench, sees me coming, stands, hands in pockets, defensive posture already. I don't sit. Stand in front of him, drop his gym membership card on the bench. Auto-renewed through all 12 rounds of chemo, I say. Connor looks at it, says nothing. I throw the marathon race bib at his feet. Number 2847, laminated, preserved. Sub 4-hour finish, month 4 of treatment, impressive stamina for a dying man. Ethan, Dr. Harrison doesn't exist. Hospital has no record of you. Your medical license number belongs to a retired cardiologist in Oregon. My voice is steady, teacher voice, presenting facts. You created the diagnosis 3 days before you told us. Practiced your dying act. Connor bends down, picks up the race bib, looks at it like it might explain itself. I can explain. Don't. I pull out the envelope, white, his handwriting. For Lucas, open on his 18th birthday. I hand it to him. Open it. That's private. Open it now, or I open it. His hands shake. He breaks the seal. Paper tears. Loud, that specific rip sound. Pulls out 3 pages, handwritten, his careful print. Read it, I say, aloud. Connor swallows, starts reading, voice quiet. My son, by the time you read this, you'll be a man. I want you to know you were wanted, loved, fought for. He stops. Keep going. I never got to watch you grow up, never got to teach you to ride a bike, throw a ball, drive a car, but I'll never stop fighting for you, because you're mine, my son, my legacy, my everything. My son, not nephew, son. The joggers keep jogging, the dogs keep barking, the world doesn't stop for revelations. You were never going to die, I say. You were going to take him. Connor folds the letter, careful, like it still matters. We fell in love, Amanda and I. We didn't plan it. You planned everything, the diagnosis, the surrogacy, the timing, all of it. The feelings were real, were mine. That lands, I see it, guilt flashing across his face, brief, then gone. I'm his father, Connor says. Biologically, actually, you gave permission for that. Permission based on fraud. You signed papers. You forged documents. I step closer. You committed crimes, Connor. Multiple crimes. Medical fraud, identity fraud, conspiracy. And you involved Amanda, a nurse. Her license is at risk. His face changes. Fear. Real fear. I'm filing criminal charges. I continue. And I'm suing for custody. 6 months of acting as parent gives me standing. Emma says we have a strong case. You can't. Watch me. He's my son. Then you should have been honest. My voice rises. First time. You should have said, I love Amanda. We want a child together. Will you divorce her? I would have been destroyed, but I would have respected the honesty. Instead, you made me complicit. You made me help you betray me. Connor sits, collapses onto the bench, head in hands. I felt guilty, he says, muffled. About hurting you, I did. But not guilty enough to stop. No. He looks up. Not guilty enough to stop. Because I wanted Lucas more than I cared about you. Finally. Truth. At least you're honest now, I say. I'm filing for full custody, Connor says, voice harder now. You're not the father, legally or biologically. You have no claim. See you in court. I walk away. Don't look back. Hear him call my name. Don't stop. My phone buzzes an hour later. Amanda. Connor said you're pressing charges. Ethan, please, we can work this out. No. Lucas needs stability, not a court battle. Lucas needs parents who don't lie. I'm driving, hands-free, highway, leaving town for the day, need distance. You're a nurse, Amanda. You know what fraud means for your license. Silence. Long silence. They'll investigate me? Already are. I filed a complaint with the state nursing board Tuesday, falsifying medical information, conspiracy to commit fraud, using medical knowledge to deceive. You're trying to destroy my career. I'm trying to establish consequences. For what? Falling in love? I pull over. Can't drive for this. You didn't fall in love. You chose love. You and Connor chose each other. Every day, every lie, every moment you let me believe I was building a family. You chose. My hands grip the steering wheel, and I'm choosing now. choosing to not let you erase me, use me, discard me. We never meant goodbye, Amanda. I hang up, block her number, sit in my car on the side of the highway, 18-wheelers roaring past, shaking the frame, and I feel something. Not rage, not grief, power. For the first time in 18 months, I'm making choices, setting boundaries, saying no. No is a complete sentence. I'm learning that. The community responds before I say a word. My principal calls Friday morning. Ethan, I heard, take whatever time you need. Your sub is covered. Paid leave. How did you... Small town. People talk. Pause. For what it's worth, we're with you. All of us. Parents email. Students leave notes on my desk. I go in to collect some things, find them. Mr. Davis, you're the best teacher. We support you. Family isn't blood. Church, I don't attend often, but Amanda does. Did. Sunday morning, Pastor Michelle calls. Amanda requested to continue her volunteer work with children's ministry the board met. We've asked her to step back. I didn't ask for that. You didn't need to. What she did, using compassion as manipulation, it violates the trust we build here. Michelle's voice is kind but firm. We support you, and we'll pray for all of you, but there are consequences. Amanda loses her position at church. Her book club drops her. One member texts me apologizing, explaining they can't support that behavior. Her sister stops calling. Mutual friends choose. Most choose me. Not because I asked, because the truth has a gravity. Connor loses clients. Monday, his ex-business partner forwards me emails. 3 major clients. Termination notices. Riverside Elementary, we cannot have someone who deceives family represent our institution. Haven Nonprofit Center, your moral character is incompatible with our values. City Marathon Committee, we're removing your finisher photo from our archives. Fraud has no place in our community. That last one. The marathon. The race he ran during fake chemo. They're erasing him. Digital consequences. Connor's parents call Tuesday, his mother. I hear his father in the background. Ethan, we don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything, Mrs. Davis. We're not on his side. Connor's side. We want you to know that. Her voice cracks. What he did, what they did, it's unforgivable. You're more our son than he is right now. That breaks something in me. Good break. Healing break. You raised him to be better than this, I say. Apparently not well enough. She's crying now. We love Lucas, but we love you more. You're the son who stayed honest. We don't care about blood. We care about character. Character over biology. The family choosing me. Connor calls them that night, his mother tells me later, asks for money, legal fees, support. They say no. Tell him he made his choices. Now he lives with them. He screams at them. His own parents, says they're betraying him, choosing a stranger over their son. His father says, you made Ethan a stranger. He was your brother. You made him nothing. They hang up. Change their will. I find out later. Everything to me. Nothing to Connor. Blood doesn't override betrayal. Wednesday afternoon, Amanda shows up at school. Security stops her at the front desk. Calls me. I go to the office. Glass partition between us. She looks terrible. Hasn't slept. Eyes red. They're investigating my license, she says. The board called. Someone filed a complaint. I did. I could lose my job, my career, everything I worked for. You could have thought about that before falsifying medical information. I never falsified. You're a nurse, Amanda. You saw Connor's fake records, you knew, and you said nothing. That's complicity. That's fraud. I keep my voice level. Professional. We're in a school. You helped him deceive me. Helped him forge documents. Used your medical knowledge to make it believable. I didn't forge anything. You validated the forgery, supported it, benefited from it. I step back. This conversation is over. My lawyer will handle everything from here. Security escorts her out. She's screaming in the parking lot. You're turning everyone against me. I haven't said a word publicly, haven't posted on social media, haven't called anyone, but truth is louder than I ever could be. People know, they choose, they act. Consequences don't need my input. The hearing is set for 3 weeks later. Family court. Judge Harriet Coleman presiding. 62, 20 years on the bench. Reputation for no-nonsense rulings. Emma prepares me. 3 days of prep, mock testimony, possible questions, how to present evidence, stay calm, stay factual, don't let emotion override truth. Morning of the hearing, I put on my suit, dark gray, teacher funeral suit, press my shirt, tie my tie, navy blue, dad's favorite color, armor. Connor and Amanda arrive with their lawyer, Marcus Webb. Expensive suit, downtown firm, probably costing Connor everything he has left. We don't speak. Different sides of the courtroom, gallery filling, my mother, Connor's parents on my side of the room, friends, colleagues, witnesses to my character. Connor's side, Amanda's parents, 2 of his friends, sparse. Judge Coleman enters, we stand, sit, the machinery of justice grinding forward. This is a hearing to determine custody and parental rights regarding the minor child Lucas Connor Davis, age 6 months. Judge Coleman says, I've reviewed both filings. This is... She pauses, looks at both lawyers. This is one of the most disturbing cases I've encountered. Emma stands, presents our case, methodically, the fake diagnosis, evidence timeline, medical records with metadata. Dr. Harrison doesn't exist. Hospital records, Connor never treated, gym membership, marathon photos, text messages. Each piece of evidence goes on the screen, projected, visible. Connor's face gets redder. Amanda won't look up. Emma calls witnesses, Dr. Rachel Mitchell, real oncologist, Boston Medical Center. No, Connor Davis was never my patient. I've never heard of Dr. Richard Harrison. This document, she holds the diagnosis letter. This is fraudulent. Whoever created this committed medical fraud. Marcus Webb cross-examines, tries to create doubt. Could Mr. Davis have been treated elsewhere? Could there be confusion? No confusion, Dr. Mitchell says. He was never sick, never treated, never terminal. Emma presents the text messages, reads them aloud. Connor to Amanda, can't wait until we don't have to pretend anymore. Amanda to Connor, once Lucas bonds with me, we'll ask E to step back. You said he always agrees. Connor to Amanda, Ethan served his purpose. Now we get our family. Served his purpose. Judge Coleman's face hardens. She looks at Connor, at Amanda. This is not a love story, she says. This is fraud. Marcus Webb argues. Biological paternity, Connor's rights, the signed surrogacy agreement. My client is the biological father. The agreement clearly states... Judge Coleman interrupts. The agreement is based on fraud. Fraud vitiates consent. Mr. Davis, Ethan Davis, was led to believe this was a compassionate act for a dying man. The dying man was a fiction. The compassion was exploited. The consent is void. She holds up the fake diagnosis letter. This isn't medical fraud. This is identity fraud, character fraud. She looks at Connor. You made your brother complicit in his own betrayal. That's not just illegal, it's morally bankrupt. Marcus tries again. Your Honor, my client loves his son. His son he was planning to take from the man who raised him. The man who changed diapers and gave bottles and walked floors at 3 a.m., believing he was honoring a dead man's wish. Judge Coleman leans forward. Love doesn't conspire. Love doesn't deceive. What your client did was possession, not love. She turns to me. Mr. Davis, Ethan, you've petitioned for custody, for parental rights, despite no biological connection. Pause. Do you want custody of this child? The courtroom goes silent. Everyone waiting, watching. I stand. Yes, Your Honor, I do. Why? Good question. The question. Because I chose to be his father. I chose to love him before he existed. I chose to show up. to be present, to sacrifice. I look at Connor, at Amanda. They chose biology, I choose action, and for 6 months, Lucas has known me as his father. That's not blood, that's presence, that's choice. Judge Coleman nods, writes something, long writing, minutes passing. Finally, biological paternity does not equal parenthood. Parenthood is action, care, sacrifice, presence. She looks at Connor. Mr. Davis, Connor Davis, you are the biological father, but you obtained that status through fraud, and you plan to use it to exclude the man who raised your child. She looks at Amanda. Mrs. Davis, you facilitated this fraud, used your medical knowledge to support deception. The nursing board will handle your professional consequences, but understand your credibility as a parent is significantly damaged. As for custody, she pauses. Heavy pause. Decision, pause. I'm awarding temporary primary custody to Ethan Davis. Connor and Amanda Davis will have supervised visitation, pending, she looks at Connor, pending resolution of criminal fraud charges. Marcus Webb objects. Your Honor, my client's biological rights are subordinate to the child's best interest, and the child's best interest is not served by rewarding fraud. Gavel. We'll reconvene in 6 months for permanent custody determination. It's over. Not perfectly, not completely, but it's over. Connor stands, yells. He's my son. You can't. Security moves. Judge Coleman's gavel again, louder. Mr. Davis, control yourself or you'll be held in contempt. Connor leaves, storms out, Amanda following, crying, their lawyer gathering papers, defeated. Emma touches my arm. You won. Did I? Lucas is still Connor's biologically. Amanda is still his mother. 6 months until permanent ruling. Everything temporary, fragile, conditional. But I have custody, I have choice, I have agency. That's something. 6 months later, Thanksgiving, not at my house. At Connor's parents', they insisted. Family holiday, new family. Lucas is 1-year-old now, walking, almost, holding furniture, cruising, babbling words that almost make sense. I bring him, bundle him up, November cold, drive to the house I've known since childhood, different now, same structure, different meaning. Connor's mother opens the door, takes Lucas immediately. Grandmother writes. Look at you, you've grown. Lucas laughs, reaches for her face, gentle. He's learning gentle. Connor is not invited. Amanda is not invited. This is what exile looks like. Familial, complete. We eat, turkey, stuffing, pie, normal holiday things. Lucas in a high chair, throwing food, happy chaos. Connor's father asked me about school, about teaching, about life, normal conversation, like nothing happened, like everything happened and we're past it. You're doing good, he says, not a question, a statement. With Lucas, with yourself. I'm trying. That's all any of us can do. After dinner, Lucas naps. I help clean up. Connor's mother stops me in the kitchen. Connor called last week, she says, quiet, like confession. Okay. Asked if he could come today, see Lucas. Said it's been 6 months, said he deserves... She stops. I told him no. You can invite who you want. I don't want him here. Not yet. Maybe not ever. She wipes her hands. Dish towel. Nervous gesture. That makes me a terrible mother. That makes you an honest one. She hugs me. Long hug. Mother hug. You're my son now, more than he ever was. Biology doesn't determine family. Choice does. Loyalty does. Showing up does. Connor made a choice. His parents made a different one. I benefit from their pain. I know that. Feel that. Complicated gratitude. 1 year later, Lucas is almost 2. Talking, running, opinionated. He loves dinosaurs, trucks, blueberries, refuses carrots, strong-willed, like Connor, like Amanda, like himself. Permanent custody hearing happened 3 months ago. Judge Coleman ruled. Primary custody to me, Connor and Amanda, limited visitation, supervised, every other weekend, holidays negotiated, not what they wanted, not what I wanted either. Nobody gets exactly what they want in family court. But Lucas has stability, has a home, has me, Connor's criminal charges, plea deal, probation, community service, no jail time. Emma said that was likely. First offense, nonviolent, courts are lenient. Amanda's nursing license, suspended for 2 years, reinstated with conditions, ethics training, supervised practice. She works at a clinic now, lower prestige, lower pay, consequence. I see them sometimes, pick up, drop off. We're civil, professional, co-parents without the cooperation. Lucas loves them. I don't interfere with that. He should love them. They're his parents too. Biology, reality. But I'm dad. That's what he calls me. Dada. First word. Proud moment. Complicated moment. Connor cried when he heard it. Amanda told me. Said Connor sobbed in the car after visitation because Lucas calls me dad. Calls Connor. Nothing yet. Too young to understand uncle versus father versus complicated. I almost felt bad. Almost. Then I remember the fake diagnosis, the marathon, the plan to phase me out, and I feel nothing, which is its own kind of peace. Tonight, I'm cleaning. Lucas is asleep. 7:30 p.m. bedtime, routine, structure. What kids need, I find it in a box. Moving boxes still unpacked. New house, smaller, cheaper. Post-divorce finances. Connor's bucket list journal. Leather-bound, expensive, $40 theater prop. I open it, 2 pages filled. His writing. Have a child. Leave something behind. Lucas's footprint, hospital ink, blue, tiny, 100 blank pages. I sit at the kitchen table, find a Sharpie, black, permanent. Can't erase Connor's pages, don't need to. I just write over them. My bucket list, my pages, my life. Learn to say no. Protect my peace. Love someone who loves me back. 3 items. Simple, achievable, mine. I close the journal. Don't throw it away. Don't burn it. Just close it. Tomorrow, I'll donate it. Domestic Abuse Resource Center. They have a donation box. Books, journals, supplies. They help people rebuild. That journal helped Connor manipulate. Now it'll help someone heal. Recycling trauma, small victory. I make tea. Chamomile. Sit on the couch. Grade papers, always papers, never ending. Teaching never stops. My phone buzzes, text from Emma. Connor filed a motion for increased visitation. Heads up. Of course he did. It never fully ends. Not really. Lucas ties us together. 18 years minimum. Probably more, but I'm not afraid anymore. I text back. Let me know what you need. Simple, factual, boundary preserved. I finish my tea. Check on Lucas. Still sleeping. Dinosaur pajamas. Stuffed triceratops clutched tight. Peaceful. Tomorrow I'll teach. Grade. Parent. Exist. Build a life where no is a complete sentence. Where trust is earned. Where love is action, not biology. Some last requests should stay unfulfilled. Some terminal things need to end. And what's real? Real is showing up. Real is 3 a.m. bottles and terrible twos, tantrums, and bedtime stories. Real is choosing someone every day. Not because DNA demands it, but because love does. Real is building a family where loyalty matters more than blood, where found matters more than given. If you've ever rebuilt yourself after betrayal, share your found family story below. We see you. We believe you. Because family isn't who you're born to. It's who shows up, who stays, who chooses you back. And that's real.